They've tried booking Charlotte Flair on every show. They've tried not just blood and guts, but eyeball extractions too. They even main evented a Raw with Randy Orton versus The Big Show in 2020. Yet WWE's TV ratings still remain worryingly low. But there is one promotional tactic Vince McMahon still has up his giant suit sleeves. No, not 2 out of 3 Falls matches or wildcard cross-brand invitational whack-bat. What are the rules? I'm talking about a full-on main roster draft. Following last October's roster restructuring when SmackDown moved to Fox, where the network was promised Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey, how's that worked out for you? WWE is reportedly planning their next brand draft in the next few months. Fightful is reporting that it was originally scheduled for the end of August, presumably just after the biggest party of the summer no one's actually invited to this year, SummerSlam. But they then moved the draft to September, and then October, and then back and forth again. WWE reportedly even informed some broadcast partners that a draft would be taking place in August, presumably not just to give the network a heads up, but also to involve them in the selection process. After the last draft in October had Fox and the USA Network both kayfabe and legit influence which wrestlers went to Raw and SmackDown backstage. But WWE then had to go back on that when they pushed back the August date. Right now, Fightful claim October is the updated plan for the draft, which Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio has corroborated, adding there were originally 5 different dates being considered, but the company has now settled on 2 possible ones in October. While there hasn't been a formal company-wide draft this year, both Raw and SmackDown's rosters are almost unrecognizable from last October's lineups. Not just with a number of the promotion's biggest stars missing like Lesnar, Reigns, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Riddick Moss for various reasons, but also a large part of the company's mid and undercard, with the mass releases in April getting rid of wrestlers like Rusev, Gallows and Anderson, Eric Rowan and Lio Rush. And the few NXT call-ups since WrestleMania, like Matt Riddle and Bianca Belair, have paled in comparison to previous year's impacts. And that's saying something. It's not yet known whether NXT will feature in the October draft, but if it does, there are a number of names that have been ready for call-ups since April. As exclusively reported by us here at WrestleTalk, Dominik Dijakovic and Chelsea Green are waiting to debut on the main roster, so perhaps that's now being saved for the draft. Fightful does confirm there are no current plans to end the brand split. Who do you want as your top 5 stars on Raw, SmackDown and NXT? Let me know in the comments because I'll be replying to people from out of the Fox robot from last year's draft that I still don't fully understand. Who uses a robot? Not knowing whether you'll do a massive company-wide talent shake-up this month, the month after that, or the month after that, will likely frustrate anyone trying to book a storyline longer than 3 days. You might be in the middle of a 6-month program right now, but you and your opponent could be drafted to opposite brands in just a few weeks' time, which must be particularly annoying for Daniel Bryan, because, turns out, he's semi-booking SmackDown right now. Since WrestleMania, we've seen wrestlers previously treated as undercard acts like Gran Metalik, Shorty G and Drew Gulak be featured in more prominent mid-card roles. Metalik, for instance, after years of being dismissed as just a trash member of Lucha House Party, despite arguably being one of the greatest high flyers in the world right now, got a match against AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. According to WrestlingNews.co, Daniel Bryan is to thank. McMahon has reportedly never seen anything in the Lucha House Party wrestlers, but Bryan pushed for the Gran Metalik, Lince Dorado, Shorty G and Gulak #1 contenders match backstage, and will apparently be seeing more of them on TV because of Daniel. Bryan reportedly requested to work with Gulak earlier this year, and that partnership's success has gained him much more influence behind the scenes, and is also why Drew wrestled AJ on SmackDown last month. Bryan reportedly pitches a lot of his own ideas, and while Vince and Bruce Pritchard turned down some, a lot of the things he has pitched have been used on TV. Bet one's the karaoke segment that's got Daniel Bryan written all over it. And there's apparently more to come, as fans should expect to see more underused talent on shows in the coming weeks. And crucially, there has also been talk of having Chad Gable drop the Shorty G gimmick. The site claims McMahon is more open to out-of-the-box ideas recently in an attempt to boost ratings. And dropping an awful gimmick from one of the company's most underused wrestlers is considered an out-of-the-box idea. That's where we are now, folks. And they aren't the only fresh young talent Bryan is looking to help out. As Daniel and Brie Bella have announced, they've officially signed their second child, with Brie posting a picture of their version of the Shield fist bump and the caption, "It's a boy! We are overwhelmed with joy and everyone is healthy. Blue heart emoji." Blue heart emoji? Baby child to SmackDown confirmed. And because twins are gonna twin, Brie's twin sister Nikki gave birth to her first child under 24 hours beforehand, making an almost identical post on Instagram with the Shield fist bump homage along with the caption, "Blue heart, our baby boy is here and we couldn't be happier and more in love. John, you hear that, John?" Everyone is safe and healthy. Everyone go over to Bryan, Brie and Nikki's social media to congratulate them on making children. Well done on steadily repopulating the NXT feeder system, because yet another wrestler let go by WWE has walked straight into AEW. Taynara Conti tried to leave WWE before it was cool, reportedly trying to get out of the company when they wouldn't offer her more money back in January. They even played up these reports at NXT live events back when live events were actually a thing, putting her in a t-shirt that read, "Released." That work soon became a shoot though, brother, as she was one of the many people released from the company in mid-April, and now her next step has been revealed. Speaking on his Saturday night special Q&A over the weekend, Chris Jericho revealed that Conti is one of the wrestlers taking part in AEW's women's tag team tournament, The Deadly Draw, which is set to begin on YouTube today. Nyla Rose is teaming with Ariane Andrew, the former Cameron from WWE, as announced on Wednesday's episode, to take on the Dark Order's Anna Jay with Conti. Jericho admitted he didn't have high hopes for their match as they're all relatively inexperienced, but the final product was really good, was way bigger, way better than I expected. All four girls just kick ass. But a new wrestling promotion player has entered the scene. Move aside WWE, AEW, Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor, Progress, MLW, the NWA, All Japan, CMLL, AAA, DDT, and yes, even Juggalo Championship Wrestling, because meanwhile, in Luke Gallows' back garden, at Saturday's Talkin' Shopper Mania, we got our first glimpse of another wrestler let go back in mid-April, Mike Kanellis, now called Mike Bennett again, entering the social distancing battle royal to eliminate himself right away, while everyone else beat each other up with pool noodles, or as my 9-year-old nephew awkwardly calls them, dicks. This was all part of arguably the biggest and most important wrestling show of 2020, Talkin' Shopper Mania, which also featured Teddy Long, the Yeti, Stang, and of course the all-important returns of Chad Too Bad and Sex Ferguson in the Boneyard match. Hey, that was my immature joke. The show was run by now Impact Wrestling stars Luke Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, and they've revealed to Sports Skeeter they're planning another huge WWE talent grab, their former OC stablemate AJ Styles, which I'm sure will still be Paul Heyman's fault somehow. Ultimately, we're going to talk AJ Styles into coming back to Impact. That's what we're doing every single day. We're texting him and telling him to come back. Perhaps that's what Gallows has planned for Talkin' Shopper Mania 2, which he told WrestleZone is in the works, teasing they actually planned the first event with a sequel in mind, keeping a few of their friends off the show so they could be surprises on the next one. You'd be forgiven for thinking Ric Flair had also showed up on Talkin' Shop, but that was actually Nature Boy homage act Paul Lee, because the real Flair is still stuck at home. Flair hasn't been on WWE TV since his wife Wendy reportedly tested positive for COVID-19, but according to Flair himself, it's not through a lack of trying. He told TV Insider, "I'm trying to get me to manage Randy against McIntyre at SummerSlam. I don't know, I haven't heard back, but it's not because I'm not trying." Wrestlers stuck at home with nothing else to do? Start a podcast. You've already started a podcast? Launch a Cameo account. Because not content with being on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, the Omni Flair has now joined the celebrity shoutout platform. Initially, this was for $250 a video, but it's already bumped up to over $400. If cinematic matches have shown us anything, it's that movies and wrestling go together like beer and pizza. So watch Laurie and Luke start our new movie show, What's On, over on Cineworld's YouTube channel by clicking the video on the right. And what are the 10 biggest mistakes WWE made with The Undertaker? Click the video below to watch that. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.